Hey everybody, I've been wanting to do Vita. I've been wanting to put up more vlogs because I usually vlog a lot, but I don't want to bitch and whine about my life and stuff like that, and generally that's what my vlogs are. And I get like self-centered, like self-censoring. So yeah, because like I don't want people meh 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 meh, and because my son's going through a lot of shit right now, it would be a lot about him and what's going on with him, but haha, I got a relationship one, so, and a whine about my husband. So we're having a conversation, and like I said something, and I was like, and so he gets me off, and he's like, and how did, and Lath did what? And I'm like, I said nothing about Lath, I was talking about me. And he's like, oh. So he gets me off. He doesn't even pay attention to what I'm saying. Says some blanket statement, and then when I'm like, "But I was talking about me," he gets mad, and then he goes like, "This is his online reply. I'm sorry for diverting the chat away from you and your troubles for a brief second. I shall not ask about what he did again unless you bring it up. I apologize for this. I shall keep talking about you all night and asking you questions about you and your day until you decide to bring up a new subject." Now the thing about it is I was telling him what I did. I was telling him something. So he cuts me off and goes, "Leif did what?" And I'm like, I wasn't talking about Leith. I was talking about me. What the fuck? And I was mid sentence and he cuts me off. So then that's his response. Um, and here's the thing. He joined a new fancy little chatty site group thing or whatever. So he's talking to them and he's not paying attention to me at all. To the conversation going on, he cuts me off, interrupts me, changes the topic. The other day I said something and he's like, "Oh yeah, I love you too." I didn't say I love you. "Oh, I can't tell you I love you." And I'm like, "No, you can tell me you love me, but you weren't even paying attention to what I said. You spouted off with "I love you too" because it sort of sounded like that's what I was saying. Um, yeah, that makes me mad. I'm currently dismantling a Pacific or Southern Pacific train set because my son had broke part of it, so I'm just taking the guardrails off the bottom of the train and I'm going to throw it away later. Um I'm having severe allergies. So that's that rant aside. My husband's a jackass, is not paying attention to me, and is now trying to, well, I won't talk about anything other than what you say again. If you would pay attention to the conversation, maybe I'm not important enough for you to pay attention to. You fucking prick. Um, I'm on steroids for my allergies. I've got a steroid pack. And I've got Nasonex, and I've got a no Nace. I've got Nasonex and some kind of nasal something or other. Another allergy thing that I'm taking. And then my asthma, because I ended up in the hospital like 4 times. Um, so yeah. But, and my son's, like, we're dealing with his autism stuff. And the school is like really dragging their feet. They don't want to put him in before the end of the year, um, which really has pissed me off. Because they have 90 days from the initial screening. They're saying this screening, like a week ago was the initial screening. That's not true. He was pre-screened at Keeble. He was pre-screened at Hinojosa. Then they took him to Keeble, and Keeble screened him. And now, De Santiago is screening him again, and so they're saying that's the initial screening, but he's already been screened once. And then, so he was supposed to go to De Santiago to get the psychologist to screen him, but the psychologist wasn't there, so then they scheduled the psychologist appointment for April 21st-ish, 20th-ish, one of the two, I've got it written down. So that's when they scheduled that, but April, that's 20 days away. That's the biggest BS ever. And then by the time that gets done, school's gonna be over, and then the end of the year, and then next year, he's gonna have to be rescreened, reprocessed, and everything. That's the load of bullshit. That better not happen to my son. I am gonna be so mad. And everyone's like, yeah, they drag their feet. They don't want, and then they're like, oh, well, he's not special needs. He doesn't even look like he has autism. He's perfectly fine. I'm like, are you kidding? Do you not see? They said he can say 4 to 5 word sentences. At the beginning of this year, he couldn't even say 4 to 5 words. Now his speech therapy is picking quite up just a little bit, and he's doing like way better. he can actually say mama. But they're like, oh, he runs up to you and calls you mama. And I said, no, watch. And he ran up to the other therapist, mama, mama, mama. He doesn't know what mama is. He doesn't know that I'm his mother. He knows that mama is a word that gets that things done. Um, and it hurts that, he doesn't recognize me as his mom, but he doesn't recognize anybody as anything. I mean, I know he knows that I'm special, and he has a bond, and he's not that far off. But when they're like, oh, he knows this and he can relate this, and they told him to pick the shoe up from underneath the table and put it on top of the plate. They're not supposed to point. They're not supposed to do anything. So eventually he picks, like, within the 3-hour process, he actually picks up the shoe, and the lady takes his hand and puts it on the plate and puts the shoe on the plate. He did it! See, he doesn't need... And that's not what's supposed to happen. He's supposed to, when they say, hey, Lace, pick up the shoe and put it on the plate, he's supposed to go pick up the shoe and put it on the plate. Like, he picked up the shoe because he likes shoes. That's his thing. Shoes are his thing. And he usually carries them around or whatever. So he was carrying it around the whole, like, therapy session, and then eventually put it on the plate. So they're like, oh, we can mark that one off. And I'm like, you fucking... Basically, they're trying to be really shady. So I'm probably gonna have to have an independent evaluation, and that's gonna suck. And I have to go to, like, all these websites and do all these things. I was looking at the different whatever resources. They need more, most definitely, like, okay, the state needs, anybody needs, somebody needs. I think this would be an awesome idea. If your son is diagnosed, or if your child is diagnosed with the special needs, you need someone to come to you, explain to you, okay, you can get SSI, you can get this. These are support groups for you. These are the things you need to worry about. This is the schooling, and these is, these people do help with funds, and this person is. They need like a welcome to project, welcome to autism, because. That's why I don't think I've vlogged, just because I've been so lost and overwhelmed with going to his speech therapy and his physical therapy and occupational therapy, and the fact that his biological father has switched over insurances and put him on Humana without my knowledge, and all of his doctors got fucked up and everything got changed. He's going into seizures because they put him on Abilify, which put him into seizures, which is so funny because he's like, well, Abilify does lower the seizure threshold, but it's very minute. I mean, we even put people who sometimes we even put people who have epilepsy on it. He has epilepsy. He's sleeping over there. Maybe I need to calm down. He has epilepsy. What do you mean sometimes? You did. I didn't know he had epilepsy. And I'm like, well, his father's epileptic, and he's had a few seizures that we've concerned about. Well, you need to see a neurologist, which I have to get an appointment with a neurologist, but I can't get the appointment with a neurologist until I get the stupid card from his father, and I can't get the card from his father because his father is being a royal dick about everything. His father hasn't even paid anything yet, let alone, just rah. So, I'm gonna start vlogging every day and then going over the brief rants of my day, because right now, I am so stressed. Oh, by the way, earlier, another rant. I was sleeping. I was napping, and my son was napping, and he tucked us under, like, he tucked me in, because he was a sweetheart, and he was trying to be a sweetheart. My legs were all wrapped and bound or whatever, so my mom, the internet and the phone and everything was out, and then, so I hear this ringing, and my mom's phone, and I'm like, what the fuck, I'm sleeping, get up and get it. Oh, I got the cat, and I'm not even, coherent or whatever. So I'm diving across a room, and I dive, and I didn't realize my legs were wrapped up because I usually don't cover my legs like that. And I've got a bruise like this big on my knee. Well, actually, there's one like that, and then it goes around, and then it goes down to like that. And I busted my chin, and then I hit my head. Oh, first I hit my head down, and then I lifted up, and I busted my chin. Or no. Wait, I went like that, and then I went like that, because I got my head stuck in between the chair. It was hilarious to see, but, and it turned out to be she on the cell phone checking to see if the phone worked. I'm so happy. Bleh.